Roslyn Court. My name's Maureen Butler, and tonight, live and with a live audience, we have Anthony John Clarke with his long-suffering wife, Julia Porter. Yeah. He just emceed a folk festival in Stratford-upon-Avon that I was at. Can you see the T-shirt? No. There you go. Yeah. Jump. There you go. I don't know. It's a part height, you know. Yeah. It was really, really good. We had Edward II, show of hands, Tim Eady, who's promised to come back here again, Chris White, Julie Matthews, Jeff Lakeman, who's also, and with Rob Murch has said that he'll come here, Rick Sanders, he's said that he'll come here, and Vo Fletcher, Jerry Colvin, who's coming here in September. Yay! Okay. So it was such a lot of good music there is about, isn't there? And speaking of which, the raffle. For the raffle, we have a double CD by this rather good-looking man. Don't know who he is. Yeah, okay. That's first prize. And the second prize is, because we no longer need an emergency loo roll, we have a new loo roll, which is Where's the Loo? And it has pictures on it, and you have to find where the toilet is. Okay? So that's the second prize. In the raffle. To enter the raffle, you have to buy a ticket to be here, which all these people have, lovely people, or you have to donate to the performer here, or I mean, not everybody can afford to do that. So if you contribute to the live chat, then you will be entered into the raffle, and you might win one of these marvelous prizes. Okay. Now, a few weeks ago, we had a rather good workshop here. Run by Hughie Gavin, the wonderful Hughie Gavin, and it was on voice and performance. And the following week, we held a concert of the people who had attended that workshop, and they had an audience of supporters who donated to our local women's refuge charity, Oasis, in Margate, to get in. The standard was absolutely amazing, yeah. And here's one of them, Ruby Tipple. I asked her to do a floor song tonight. And I haven't told AJ yet, but actually half of the audience here are here to see Ruby and not to see... All of the audience are here to see Ruby. They've never heard of Anthony John Clarke at all. Yeah. So she's going to sing a song for us.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone at Roslyn Court for having me. This song that I'm about to play for you is written by somebody called Tom York from a band called Radiohead, if you're not familiar. And he wrote his first song at the age of 10 about nuclear war. So this one will be lighthearted in comparison, don't worry. This is called Fake Plastic Trees. I hope you enjoy. A green plastic watering can for a fake Chinese rubber plant in the fake plastic earth. That he brought from a rubber man in a town full of rubber plants to get rid of itself. And it wears him out. 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 He lives with a broken man, a cracked polystyrene man who just crumbles and burns. He used to do surgery for girls in the 80s. Gravity, oh, wears me out, and it wears me out. And if I can be who you wanted, if I can be who you wanted all the time, all the time. Thank you.
Amazing. Could I just ask how old you are, Ruby?
I'm 15.
She's 15. Yeah. Fantastic. Well done. Thank you. Now, I had a conversation with Julia earlier on. She was feeling a little bit anxious. She's feeling a little bit anxious, yes? Yeah, okay. This is how the conversation went. Have you seen my bonny lad? And has he told you a tall tale? He's gone over land, a guitar in his hand that he bought from a sodding caput sail. I was able to reassure her. This is what I said. Yes, I've seen your bonny lad. He seemed quite okey-dokey. In a tent he's inside, but with alcohol plied. On Tuesday he'll sing karaoke. Anthony John Clarke, the stage is yours.
Do you... We're live, aren't we? Do you know, so your mum and dad are here, aren't they? Where are they?
They're in that corner over there.
Hey, good looking guys, eh? Yeah. My God, you're half the age of me and you're her parents. So did you bring some friends along as well? You have got friends. I was a bit worried about them. They look as though they're having some problems at the moment. It's okay, you're allowed to laugh at the gags, do you know what I mean? None of it's real, yeah. We'll have to get Ruby a slot down at the Broadstairs Folk Festival, won't we? Yeah, which I'm emceeing. Yeah, they don't pay me, but you know what I mean, it's all right. Thank you for that lovely introduction, and if you think that I'm just a blow-in, I got married in Broadstairs on the 8th of September, 1979. Yeah, so that's a long time ago. Was anybody here born on the 8th of September, 1979? Yeah, it was great. I know that Squeeze were in the charts, and as was, what's the guy who did Ruby, Don't Take Me Love to Town, but it wasn't that one. Coward of the County, I think that was in the charts. Yeah, and Green Onions as well. My name's Anthony John Clarke. I've been on the beach today in Margate with my 5 grandchildren and my 4 sons, one of whom is here, Connor, there, who was singing Radiohead songs out there with you, Ruby, so that's cool. So I've got some connections. And it's nice to know that I was a bit nervous coming on. I have been here before. I was a bit nervous coming on because I wasn't sure whether we'd have anything in common. But I'm all right now. We're all drunks, aren't we, really? Look at you should be ashamed of yourself with the children here, you know. So I hope you like what I do. If you don't, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. But I married Julia Porter over there so many years ago. She went to Clarendon House. Anybody ever heard of that? Hey, you get all the accolades, don't you? Right. Yeah, it's very good. Julia's a surrealist. The first time she left me a little note. She said, "I'm leaving you, I can't take it anymore. Your dinner's in the piano." And this is a little song about absolutely nothing. And it's just for you. My dad told me that if I was going to get married, that I should get married early in the morning. And if it didn't work out, I hadn't wasted the whole day. And then when the boys grew up, he said that whatever you do, kids, I know your dad thinks he's a songwriter, but if you get married, don't get married until you're at least 65 years of age. I said, "Why is that, Grandad?" He said, "Well, you'll be getting up 4 or 5 times in the middle of the night anyway by the time that comes around. Life's got its own agenda. She never quite lets me in. I worry about this and I worry about that, where I'm going to and where I've been. I'm looking for a shirt again, it's Monday and I'm bored again. I'm standing on the road again, I know it's going to rain again. The bus comes to take me and the conversations make me want to emigrate." Excuse me, photograph. Or are you just taking my temperature? Who knows when it's doing it again. Oh, I never thought life would catch up with a guy like me. That's a chorus. Oh, I never thought life would catch up with a guy like me. If you all do it at the same time, it's so much better. Never thought life would catch up with a guy like me. Life's got its own agenda. A girl picks you up, you settle down. You argue over this and that, you do some dishes, feed the cats, spend Sundays cutting bushes down. And the house is never big enough, the garage won't do all your stuff, the marriage it runs out of love, cause you did not try hard enough, and both of you ruin it, don't even know you're doing it. Anyway, it's far too late. Who knows when? There's a chorus. It's doing it again. Oh, and have you gone off the chorus already? Oh, I never thought life would catch up with a guy like me. It's all I ever wanted all along. A warm and friendly place to play my songs. Maybe on this little cheap guitar and drum. Down at Frank's tomorrow night, where don't you come? I guess I'm looking for a shoulder. As you can see, I'm getting older. But now that the nights are getting colder, if you can love me, won't you please come home? Songwriters on the folk scene only need 2 tunes. I mean, you're probably thinking, where did he nick this one from? Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Stop being so enthusiastic about that one. I'm trying to do mine. Death's got its own agenda. Can't come knocking when you least expect it. Any fool will tell you wealth is more important than his health, but like the fool, I still neglect it. And even though I'm in a mess again, I do my level best again. I put it to the test again, but get pains in my chest again. Although the pains are still the same, I bang the doctor's door again. Better can't. Who knows when it's doing it again. Oh, I never thought life would catch up with a guy like me. Just the girls this time. We've been through it several times now. I thought you might have caught up. Who knows when, girls, it's doing it again. This bit, oh. There was a bloke singing there, wasn't there? Hey, what's a folk event without at least one sexual identity crisis? Oh, I never thought life would catch up with a guy like me. I'm doing the show over here, man. I think so. I think I was okay, but it was, it was good. So good old Margate. I used to come down here in the summers when I was 18, 19, and it was here I discovered that I was engaged. Because the night before I arrived, Julie apparently had a party with all her family and had announced the engagement and didn't think to tell me. But that was it. Yeah. Ruby, I thought you were leaving. She's had enough already. You are going to be singing again, though, aren't you, tonight? No, but you are going to sing again later on, aren't you? Oh, yeah, good. That's good. Yeah. So, well, that's the end of the show. Thanks very much for coming on. Ever the optimist. You know. I'm going to be bringing my lovely Julia out to play the keyboard in a little bit. I've had this guitar for years and years, so she's quite old and she don't just behave herself as much as she should. But I don't really like playing other guitars more than her, so we've got it. Did you like that first song, by the way? God, you're cheap, aren't you? I thought in the middle of that, I felt you were losing your self-respect in some of those choruses, but I'm glad that you stayed with it. Yeah, I am indeed. I don't always sing songs like that. Sometimes I do sing serious ones. I'm not sure if I've got any tonight, but I did write one about Margate. Would you like to hear it? Yeah. Would that be? Who's from Margate? Are you from? Yeah, I love Margate. You love Margate, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. See, some people... See, where I come from, Belfast, I mean, that's totally different. You did pick up that I might be from Northern Ireland. Like between you and me, and don't tell anybody, like Belfast. I mean, a town that looks as though it's always helping the police with its inquiries. You know? Yeah. So this is... we went to well, Julie and her friend, they were over in Belfast, and they went to a quiz night. And... they were troubled when they got in because all the questions were going to be about Belfast and Northern Ireland. So they answered George Best, Liam Neeson, and the Giant's Causeway to all the questions, and they came second. But there was a fair in Margate, and I used to take Julie's little brother to... No, it wasn't. That was collapsing a bit at the time. So anyway, so it goes something like this, and it's for all the guys in the audience who've made mistakes. It's got the best opening line of any song I've ever written. It's actually got the best opening line of any song that's ever been written. Are you looking forward to it? I've never seen a woman with so many tattoos on her arm. She told me not to pass the gypsy by without buying a charm. She told me if I tried to trapeze that I should start down low. And if anybody offered me a free ride, I should say no. Chorus, she'd been far too long at the fair. It's easy. She'd been far too long at the fair. If you could just do that a little bit sexier, it would work, wouldn't it? She told me I could throw 100 rings and I'd never win a prize. She showed me how the fortune teller does it just by looking in your eyes. She told me that the lady with the beard was a man who lived in town, and it took a little more than luck to knock a coconut down. Ah, she'd been far too long at the fair. Oh, you love that fairground so. Well, could it be the great big wheel? Could it be the roller coaster coaster and the funny faces. When you ride the jodgers and the waltzers, can you tell me how it makes you feel? Or do you harbour dreams? Yes, you harbour dreams. She was certain that the food was overpriced and all the drinks were watered down. As for the cafe by the ghost train and the money, it was better off in town. She told me if I said that I was army, I'd be sure and make a deal. And if I took her home tonight in the morning, she'd not ask me how I feel. She'd been far too long. So she kissed me in the morning, left me sleeping and left carrying her shoes. And she told me that she'd maybe see me later, she'd a dozen things to do. I went to see the fortune teller, he said these girls just come and go. And there's no such thing as a free ride, just say no. She'd been far too long. Oh, you love that fairground, so could it be the great big wheel? Could it be the roller coaster and the funny faces? When you ride the dodgems and the waltzes, can you tell me how it makes you feel? Or do you harbour dreams? You harbour dreams. Back to Belfast, we went to a quiz night. First question, who do you think you're looking at? I went back to my old school and it had changed so much. There was a sign on the gate saying, only 2 shopkeepers at once. She'd been far too long at the fair. Thank you. Should we get Julia up for one? Should we bring Julia up? Julia down? I married money. Yeah.
He wishes.
I haven't got any copies with me, so it's not some big seller or anything, but I wrote a book recently, and it was just about a Belfast guy meeting a girl from Margate and all the problems that we had in our relationship.
Plenty.
You don't have to worry about that. I just tell you just by looking around here that there's all sorts of problems in these relationships. Yeah. This is a little thing which wasn't inspired by COVID because it came a little bit before that, you know. But we like to think that you can sort of hang the COVID label on it should you choose. Yeah. So how long have you two known each other? Or are you just on a blind date?
Well, we've known each other for 20 years.
20 years.
Now it's nearly 17.
So what was wrong with the first 3? Were you all having problems loads of times? It's nice. I like your shirt. Might do a deal with that if I lose a bit of weight, you know. Okay, so it's just called We Pull Through, and we hope you like it. You're looking good, kid.
That's always worrying. When he's nice to me, I'm a bit concerned.
Julia went to Clarendon House before she got expelled, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you got expelled a couple of times, but that's all right. I got expelled from St Malachy's in Belfast for kissing Julie Miller in the chemistry cupboard. Or I should say for snogging Julie Miller in the chemistry cupboard. They just don't have teachers like that anymore. We're starting to find our level now, aren't we? Yeah,
Look at
okay.
this guy here.
Okay, and it's from the heart, you know. I hope it resonates with some of you. Morag, this is for you, Don. Thanks for writing a song about me. Ish.
That was one.
Morag was a big hit at the As You Like It festival.
Yes.
She was the absolute star of it. But Morag, the festival is one thing, but then there's all these things that happen afterwards, and you absolutely shone at it, Madonna. You do. And I know you never blow your own trumpet, so I'm going to blow it for you. All right? Okay? So.
She was singing till 3 in the morning. She's still singing.
So we're just about to have our 42nd wedding anniversary, I think. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's shrapnel. Here we go. We were just children when we married. I believe I wore one of my old shirts from school. Two anxious little infants at an altar somewhere. I was off the boat, a hapless Irish fool. The one thing we never had was money, but you had me, and darling, I had you. We smile about it now, I can't believe it, but we pulled through. It's a sort of a chorus. We smile about it now and can't believe it, but we pulled through. It's my ambition tonight to get you to sing something. Even I have to come under that glass and pretend to be Anthony Hopkins. Oh, that day we bought our first house, I near fell over. £5,000, well, how'd you do? The evening she said no to another whiskey and a Coke, and I naively thought she'd come down with the flu. 4 sons later, who really do not need me now, but I still giggle when they tattle after you. We smile about it now, I can't believe it, but we pulled through. Oh, we pulled through. In that dirty old backyard, yes, we pulled through. £30 from my first car, we pulled through. And look, I still play the same guitar. She's never been one for throwing good money after bad. And I know I never, ever, ever, ever pleased your mother. I'm proud to say I was best friends with your old man. Those very awkward moments when we'd meet, old lovers. She'd say nothing, we'd just squeeze each other's hands. 'Cause I know I'll never be your Paul McCartney. Sure, I've only been on the television 7 times, that's true. Crime Watch. We smile about it now, I can't believe it. We pull through. Sensitive part. We pulled through. It must have been the way you missed me. We pulled through. Or perhaps it was the way you kissed me. We pulled through. But hey, how could she resist me? We're not getting there, are we? I never give up. Here we are tonight, it's all nearly over. You know, I have everything that I'll ever need right here. I got £10 in this pocket. She's got a beer with her name on it. We have acquaintances and friends from far and near, which really only leaves one final question. Will we still be here together in the wide blue yonder? We smile about it now, I can't believe it. We pulled through. This one's yours. We smile about it now, we can't believe it. we pulled. So would you join me on the finale? It's a bit different. We smile about it now. I can't believe it, but we pulled through. We smile about it now. You actually sang that time. You pulled through. Hey, good. Do you want me to shut up?
Thank you. It's going he's really confused now because I didn't tell him I was going to do this. For all of you at home, it's really brilliant that you're watching. And if you could possibly donate to the performers here this evening, it would be great because they are professionals. This is how they make their money. And if we don't give them some money, they might not go home, and that would just be terrible. So please, if you can, donate however little amount, just anything, please. So they'll leave. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Back to Anthony John. Yeah, that was brilliant. Thank you. I am enjoying it.
I'm just not sure how sarcastic she was being there, really. You know, I mean, Julie burns out Jags for a living. You know. Okay, here's I like to do songs by other people at least once or twice in a set, and now is, I think, a perfect opportunity for me to do it. I'm not a complex person. You know, I just like things to be nice and easy. I like going to the beach. I like being married. I like the fact that I got married once because I've seen how my boys work because they've all got married and they get married loads of times. And I is he gone? Oh, sorry, Connor. I didn't, Connor does some festivals with me from time to time. And 2 years ago we were doing this festival up in Leicestershire and it was it was like this, except it was outside and there was a lot more people. And, he said to me, he said, Dad, can we do some of my songs tonight? I said, this audience isn't ready. I said, for all those songs about disappointing relationships that you've had with people. And that's just the way it is. So I decided that if I was going to do a cover of a song by anybody else, it would have to be a little bit special and it would have to take a little bit of doing. So this is a song written in 1946, and I really hope that some of you haven't heard it. I don't think you guys will have heard it. How many bedrooms in your house? I'm just doing a sort of thing. It's okay, I don't want to stay or anything. I just want to... Yeah, God, you've got money there, haven't you, girl? You're going to make it in music, right? What car do you drive? That's a bit disappointing, but never mind. We're all right there, you know. Yeah, okay. And where's the house? Is it in a street, a road, or an avenue? You're made. You're absolutely made. Okay. Oh, see, so you could start with buying this girl a nice Martin guitar, right? And then you can watch her playing at the Broadstairs Folk Festival, playing that instrument. How about that? Is that fair enough, ladies and gentlemen? Should we give them a bit of encouragement? All right. I happen to have one here, right? Okay, this is a song about incest. How's that for an inappropriate remark? Right. It was written in 1946 when the world was just getting itself back together again, and the songwriters, the much underrated songwriters of Tin Pan Alley, were producing all these wonderful songs. It took me 2 weeks walking my dog around the park 5 miles a day to learn the lyrics of this song, and I hope that most of them have stayed in my head for tonight. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the costume changes during my show. Right. Yeah, without the talent. Yeah, I got it, yeah. Okay. I'm wearing these because we went to a little service down at the Bowling Green yesterday. And Morag, thank you very much for coming. It was for Julie's lovely dad who passed away in December. And these are his braces, and this is his ring sitting in here. So this is for her, and he loved this. So. Written by Dwight Latham and Mo Yaffe. You couldn't be a plumbing firm if you were called that, could you? Many, many years ago when I was 23, I got married to this widow and she was pretty as can be. The widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair of red. My father fell in love with her, and soon the two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law, which changed my very life. My daughter was my mother, 'cause she was my father's wife. To complicate this matter, though it brought me only joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. This little baby then became a brother-in-law to dad, and so became my uncle, and it made me very sad. 'Cause if he was my uncle, then he also was the brother of the widow's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother, and I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. You can sing it as loud as you like. It's funny, I know, but really it is so. I'm my own grandpa. My father's wife then had a son, which kept us on the run. This became my grandchild, since he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my father's mother, and it makes me blue. Although she is my wife, she is my grandmother too. Now if my wife is my grandmother, I am her grandchild. Every time I think of it, it almost sends me wild. Now I have become the strangest case I ever saw, as husband of my grandmother. Hey, haven't you guys? I am my own grandpa. You guys on your own, ordering drinks in the middle of one of my best numbers. I'm my own grandpa. Here we go now, baby. I'm my own grandpa. It's funny, I know, but really it is so. I'm my own grandpa. Okay, just for your mum and dad, here's a ragtime called The Cockerel Did a Runner. Oh no, they've gone to the toilet. I like this bit. It's in the exercise again. Who remembers the Bay City Rollers? Here it comes. Ooh. Who's thought about it and remembers the Bay City Rollers? Here they come again. Circus. Hard bit. I wish this song was different, but it's not. This is a little tune called Living on an Avenue. Thought that was ordinary. Catch this. Oh. Huh. Excuse me, it's not finished. Could you just go, ah? No, not all pissy, all relaxed, right? Oh. Hey, man alive, yeah. That's so cool. Thank you very much. Yeah. Ruby, this is a song for your parents, okay? It's called That's Alcohol for You. Okay. great songs. Julie and I, we've had our fair share of problems. I remember that time you came in to me and you were really having a go about something I hadn't done. And I was feeling, I'd had like a couple of successful songs, like not successful where people buy them, just successful where people didn't walk out in the middle of them, right? And so I was feeling a little bit sort of arrogant about it. I said, Julie, I'll have you know, like, I could have a different girlfriend for every day of the week. And she said, those are your carers coming in, Arthur. So we'll do that. We met, we met in a strange place, Morag, didn't we? We met in Manchester, didn't we? Yeah. All the way up there. It was that afternoon, I'll never forget it, when we both failed the lie detector on the Jeremy Kyle show. So. Do you want me to write to you with these jokes in advance so you get them right? Okay. You having a nice night there, sir? Yeah, let's face it, it's cheaper to come here than it is to see your psychiatrist, isn't it? You know, so. Here's a song about a girl I used to play music with. Julia knows her. She's a lovely flautist, and she appeared on a couple of my albums, but she just could never turn up without bringing something with her, okay? And so I dedicate this to her without ever naming her, and it's just called That's Alcohol For You. This is the most serious thing in the show. The songs after that this are great. Okay, so. She keeps on standing, she dare not fall. She's not asleep, she's just leaning on the wall. There's a man in her bed, she doesn't even know him. That's alcohol for you. It's Sunday and the kids won't go to church at all. That sister in the pulpit's not a sister at all. And that mother in the vestry, he's so superior. But that's alcohol for you. She gets no cards, no letters. There's no sign that anything's getting better. She's only got one more year until it's Mother's Day. It's Monday morning and the traffic's moving slow. She's got no friends to talk to, no place she has to go. So she waves at 7 women that she doesn't even know. Hey, that's alcohol for you. Back home as fast as the worn-out clutch can take her. The TV's on, hey look, there's a bottle on the table. There's even a nun smiling on the label. Hey, that's alcohol for you. She gets no cards, no letters. There's no sign that anything's getting better. She's only got one more year until it's Mother's Day. Pick up the pieces, start again. Hers are lost and lonely mornings. A stranger just broke her heart again. That heart was already on the line. She'll have a night in with all her kids on Tuesday. Cheap food, hey, let's hire some movie. She makes them laugh, oh, she's funky, she's groovy. That's alcohol for you. 11:30 and she's face down on her bed. Her kids sit up late drinking, she never hears a word that's said. And she wakes up in the afternoon and falls straight back into bed. Ain't that just alcohol for ya? She's got no cards, no letters. There's no sign that anything's getting better. She's only got one more year. She's only got one more year. She's only got the one more year until it's Mother's Day. That's Mother's Day for you. Hey, cool. Thank you very much. Thank you. I love those moments, right? Because I sometimes think that people say things that they don't mean on microphones, but do you know why I like that moment? Would you like to know why I like that moment? It's because I'd done these funny things before and half the audience had laughed at the gags. And then I'd do something serious like that, and you don't know whether I'm on a mission or something. But if you're worried, that's alcohol for you. Anybody like football? It's always a good thing with this. This was originally written as a tribute to just a one-off footballer called Archie Gemmell, who scored a wonder goal in 1978. I was advised by several bands at Celtic Connections never to let him hear it because he'd probably hate it. So I haven't been brave enough yet to do that. But it has a little chorus. It goes something like this. Da 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 da. Go on then. Okay. The idea is that I sort of sing it out at you and then you sing it back. And yeah. Da 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 da. Coca-Cola advert in the 1970s with Lynn Paul singing the song? You do? God, you're older than you look, mate. Are you rich or do you just work on a building site? I never taught this little world to sing in perfect harmony. I never walked on the moon with you, darling, and I'll never raise Titanic from the deep blue sea. I'm still drinking coffee and I'm still drinking tea. And Archie Gemmell did just fine. And Archie Gemmell did just fine in Argentina, Argentina, Argentina. Even though we move a little slower now, baby, you mean the world to me. Here's a chorus. Da 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 da. I never flew over New York City or sat to watch the Shannon flow. I never got to meet Mr. Paul McCartney and tell him how I loved his Linda so. Your daddy still believes that you could do so much better. Your brother, he's still trying to be a ballerina. Even though we move a little slower now, baby, you mean the world to me. Da, 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 da. I never caught the largest fish in any river. I've not made something out of wood. I've yet to sit down with a dusty old Bible, but on those tricky days I sometimes think I should. And if I get to hold my little children's children, well, I still prefer a single malt to sweet Ribena. How's it? I thought you were going off it and then you did it twice. Even though we move a little slower now, baby, you still mean the world to me. Just the chorus. This table on your own in the corner, okay? Ruby, I always go where the money is. Right, okay. 1, 2, 3. Hey, come on. There's one really great voice in there, isn't there? Yeah. I'm not sure. It's one of you blokes. I'm not sure which one it is. One of you, fantastic voice. The other one, I didn't believe in Darwin until I heard that. What will we do when the little kids have grown? You do your best, you let them go. What will we do when the path has disappeared from view? That's so easy, just look underneath the deep white snow. You'd send this song off to Art Garfunkel, but I sent him 12 before and he just passed them to his auntie. Even though we move a little slower now, baby, I gotta start taking myself a bit more seriously. Even though we move a little slower now, baby, you mean the world to me. Serious bit. Sad verse. I never learned how to play classical gas, and I've yet to hold a clean high note of D. My fingers get sore when I play that piano, so I love it when you write these little songs for me. And you know, darling, I will always love you, even though I'm less a Rolls Royce, more a Ford Cortina. Concertina. Argentina. Vacuum cleaner. Even though we move a little slower now, baby, you still mean the world to me. Now the final chorus is only open to people under the age of 20. 1, 2, 3. Did I miss something there? I'm expecting one voice to come flying back at me there. So to people under the age of 20, if you would be so kind. 1, 2, 3, really. Short one. So like what's short? Like 10 minutes? Folk music? And okay. All right. Wherever I am in the song, I'm going to go right off at 1:30. That'd be good. Okay.
No, because we're going to have the raffle after that.
It's full of rules, isn't it?
Do what you're told.
I can't. Okay. Yeah, I got one. All right. It's like something sensitive. Well, that was a no, wasn't it? All right. Okay. We're a decent age here, but I'm a bit confused because there's my contemporaries, and then you're dipping under it, aren't you? See, you would have liked Spandau Ballet more than I did, right? And then we got.
Oh, what an assumption.
Oh, here we go. Oh, we're not related, are we? Oh, lovely. Strabane. I played in Strabane once, right? I'm from Hollywood. I'm mum and dad are from Enniskillen. And, well, we like Enniskillen, don't we? My mother was a devout Catholic, and she married a staunch Protestant, and they were both as bigoted as each other. They were absolutely fantastic. And my mum and dad just spent, 50-something years sparring with each other about the situation in Northern Ireland. But my favourite of them all, well, my dad, right, mourned, my mum died first in 1993, and he had attempted to become a Catholic just to make my mum a little bit happier, and they wouldn't let him in, okay? And you understand this probably more than anybody, but 2 weeks after my mother died, he was looking for the Glasgow Rangers football score again, because he'd had enough of it. And my mum, before she died, she says, Anthony said, I'm not too well down. She said, could you make all the necessary arrangements for me to become a Protestant? I said, are you serious, Mother? She said, I want you to make all the necessary arrangements for me to become a Protestant. I said, why would you want to do that? She said, I'd rather one of them died than one of us. So, there you go. Yeah. She used to go, yeah, anyway. A short one, okay. I'll do a little song about when I was at school in Hollywood, because that just reminded me. I was in love with a girl in front of me. Her name was Pauline, but in the song she's called Danny. And I loved her because the first song I ever wrote was for her. I was 10. And I remember the words. I don't remember them all, but I remember this. And how about this? I wrote, my teacher caught me writing the words on an exercise book. And it was, I'm looking through the window as you walk the street. I'm not lying down at your feet. Oh, terrible line coming up. Oh, I wish you'd understand. There's no fix. Just understand. I love you. Yes, I do. You know it's true. And the second line, as you walk this, I'd already insinuated that this poor girl was working on the street and was dealing in drugs. You know. So it's for me and Danny, and I loved it. It made me go into teaching, because I went into teaching for a long time after that, because of the fact that when Mr. Adams picked up the book, he didn't do anything. I've run out of time, haven't I? I can still do it, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't go out. People still... I can't do it quick. Everyone loved Danny. Her smile was just impossible. And she could light the room up without even being there. And everyone knew Danny. Her mother said she was a masterpiece. Smiling brown eyes, a little curl in her hair. She laughed when she joked. She smiled when she smoked. She made you feel that you were the only boy in the world. And she was my best friend. In class, she sat in front of me, and I let her have all my answers free, 'cause Danny was my girl. I'll leave one out. Mr. Adams, he was watching me when I wrote those love words down. Oh, Danny, darling, I just love you. I will never, ever let you down. He picked up my old green copybook. He didn't smile, he didn't sneer, he didn't shout. He just read them once and gave them back. He didn't read my little song words out. But you know, I still remember him. But I forgot Danny so long ago. But I did hear she moved to Strabane. May she enjoy the ice and snow. Thanks for listening to me. Put 2 CDs.
Okay, right. He's pulled the raffle, and oh, Belinda, you've won the CD, and Sam, you have won the toilet roll. That's brilliant. Lucky, lucky, lucky people. Do you think we could possibly get him to do a quick one? Do you do a quickie? No, probably not. Yeah, you can do a quickie? Yeah?
7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah, brilliant. It's been very, very good. We'll have a very, very quick one. Yeah, please.
Okay, and is Ruby on then?
Pardon?
Is Ruby back on then?
Yeah.
Okay.
After. Yeah.
Right, okay. Thanks for listening to me. I'm not sure. It's hard to see. I keep seeing myself. I thought there was some fat blokes sort of gurning at me, and I realised it was myself halfway through. So, yeah.
It's the red one.
Yeah. Thanks. This is a little song about my mum Mary. It's so classic that I should have a Catholic mother, and she was called Mary. The one thing that I didn't know my mum that long in her life, because I moved away to England very, very early on. Yeah, and Julia, ladies and gentlemen, Julia. But there were certain things I knew. If myself or my brother did anything wrong, it didn't matter to her. She just defended us. You know, I could have held up an apple and said, "There's an orange," and she would have said, "Yeah, you're right." That was one thing. The other thing was that her favourite band was Manfred Mann. She only liked Manfred Mann but she didn't. She used to sing Manfred Mann songs in an Irish way. So do-wah-diddy, it wasn't do-wah-diddy diddy dum diddy do for her. It was do-wah-diddy diddy diddly diddly dee. She used to do all this, and the most important thing, significantly, was she just believed that the Catholic Church was the best thing ever. God love her. So we'll finish with this, and thanks ever so much for listening to us. And Ruby, thanks for... Oh, she's gone. Right, thanks very much. Well, parents, they're still here drinking. You know, so second verse. This is very conversational, so please forgive me. Well, my old mum, she never did say much. She was always down in church, and no one was surprised when she wore out both her knees. She prayed so much sometimes she'd faint, and she knew the names of every saint. And some days she'd say a prayer for me. She never dodged one collection box. She'd never pray and watch the clock. She even enjoyed all those dull sermons every Sunday. I never heard her sing or shout. She wore 4 dozen prayer books out, and she was never late for work on Monday. Here's the chorus. I'm missing my Mary again. Same line. I'm missing my Mary again. I never really knew her all that long, and do-wah-diddy was her favorite song. I'm missing my Mary again. Just shout yeah if you know that song by Manfred Mann. I never thought that she'd ever be abroad in all her life, until her younger sister told me that she'd once both flown to Spain. Of course she hated the plane and all the razzmatazz, and on Sunday she'd not got to Mass, so she swore blind, I'll never fly again. You see, she'd never set foot inside a bar. She never drank, she never smoked, she never drove the car. She had no time for those priests who played guitars. And I knew I drove her absolutely round the bend when I forgot to pick up her people's friend. But she loved my old man to the end, to the very end. And I'm missing my Mary again. I'm missing my Mary again. I never really knew her all that long, and do-wah-diddy was her favorite song. I'm missing my Mary again. I searched for a middle 8 for this song, but it was there all the time. There she was, just a-walking down the street singing, tapping her fingers and shuffling her feet singing. Can't do any more, it's copywriting. He's got enough money. I said I never really knew her all that long. We talked sometimes, she'd never tell me anything that she was thinking or how she felt about her own life. Everybody's different, I know that, but what I would have given for a proper chat, and what I wouldn't give right now, to feel both her arms around my shoulders. She only ever came to one gig. She said it's always too far to go. I think she thought my head got a little big with I, my own grandpa, on the radio. But there's nothing I can do about that now, except take it on the chin. But if one of her boys ever needed her, Christ, she'd step right up for him. And I'm missing my Mary again. I'm missing my Mary again. I never really knew her all that long, and do-wah-diddy was her favorite song. I'm missing my Mary again. not convince me there's a heaven or the fire and brimstone down below. 'Cause the only God who'd ever send us there is the one who's paid to come and see the show. But I need to know that she's somewhere with a brand new set of knees, strumming her guitar with her favorite priest for all eternity. Gently. And I'm missing on your own. I'm missing. I never really knew her all that long. And Do I Diddy was her favorite song. I'm missing my Mary. I'm putting this down so where I go think that Julie's gone on longer than me and it wasn't my fault, right? So there she was just walking down the street singing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or I should say, Ruby, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The number of pints they've had over there already. Right, so, okay. Thank you very much for listening. Julia, ladies and gentlemen. Julia.
Thank you, Anthony John Clarke and Julia Porter. That was fantastic. We really, really enjoyed that. Now, we're not finished in the room. Oh. We're going to have a short break, and then we're going to continue. But for our viewer at home, just thank you. Thank you to Roger, to John, to Phil, to Chris, to Sandra doing the donations, to Jax, and in her pinny at the bar, Una. Wait. Also, our floor singer, Ruby. Fantastic, yeah. We're live and here with a small audience. If you'd like to come to the next event that we have here, it's on September the 2nd. We've got Jerry Colvin coming with somebody else. We don't know who it is yet. They don't know who it is yet. And then the following week, we've got John Kirkpatrick, who's also going to lead a session from 3 to 5, if you'd like to come with an instrument and sing. That would be brilliant. In September, we've also got the Magpies and Alden and Patterson. So it's a really, really good month. You have to come every week in September.
Yeah, unlike this one.
Thank you, Anthony John
Clarke.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Julia, it's been fantastic having you back here, and it's just been a great evening so far. We're not finished, but you are at home. Thank you very much. See you next time on September the 2nd. And my name's Morag Butler. I'll see you soon. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.